Tatsuigiri is getting released during the Water Festival event this year, but there's a problem. So today we're going to talk about that frustrating issue, this whole event, the best tips to follow. Here's everything you need to know about the Water Festival. So this event is going to be July 15th, 10 a.m. to July 20th, 8 p.m. at your local time. And it will be debuting, of course, the new Pokemon Tatsuigiri. Tatsuigiri has three different forms. You have the curly form, the droopy form, and the stretchy form. These three forms have the same stats, the same moveset, the same typing. There's really nothing different between them, except for the fact that they are regional forms only available in raids during this event. Yes, you heard me, raids. Specifically, the curly form will be available in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. The droopy form will be available in the Americas, and the stretchy form available in the Asia Pacific region. Meaning that if you want to get all three forms of this Pokemon, you need to do remote raids. And remote raids are not free in Pokemon GO, except if you get a free one from the 7-day research stamp, making this event a little bit of an issue for anybody who wants to get all three forms. It's like the Paldean Taurus event. Luckily, that's not all going down during the event though, because we do have shiny boosts for shiny Staryu and shiny Tirtuga during the event, probably a 1 in 128 shiny, the bonuses of rainy lure modules lasting 2 hours, and increased catch candy if you make a nice or better throw. Specifically, if you hit a nice throw, you'll get 4 candies, 5 for a great throw, and 6 candies for a excellent throw. We'll also have the wild spawns of Squirtle, Slowpoke, Krabby, Staryu, Magikarp, Marill, Barboach, Clamperl, Buizel, Finneon, Wimpod, and rare spawns for Lantern, Phoebus, Palpitoad, and Tirtuga. There'll be event field research tasks to get you Mega Energy and encounters with event-themed Pokemon. A paid timed research you can buy for $5 USD, or you can purchase it in the web store for the same price, but you get a free star piece with it. This timed research will get you 1 rainy lure module, an event-themed avatar pose, the eating ice cream pose, encounters with Gyarados, Lapras with a scarf, and more. Do note this is an expiring timed research, so you have to complete it before the end of the event. There'll be collection challenges during the event that can get you XP Stardust encounters with event-themed Pokemon. The 1-star Ranger event will have Shelder, Ducklet, and of course the 3 forms of region lock Tatsuigiri. The 3-star Ranger event will have Kingler, Gyarados, and Lapras wearing a scarf and a Azumarill. The 5-star raids will have Terrakion, which the top counters for Terrakion during the event will be Shadow Mewtwo, Crown Sword Zamazenta, Duskmane Necrozma, Zacian Crown Sword, Primal Kyogre, Mega Lucario, Mega Alakazam, Primal Groudon, Mega Sceptile, Mewtwo, Gardevoir, Shadow Kyogre, Mega Swampert, Shadow Groudon, Shadow Metagross, Mega Garchomp, and Mega Latios. And the Mega Raids will have Mega Blastoise, in which the top counters for it will be Shadow Regigigas, Shadow Raikou, Mega Sceptile, Kartana Xurkitree, Mega Manectric, Shadow Magnezone, Thundurus Therian, Shadow Zapdos, Mega Rayquaza, Shadow Tangrowth, Shadow Electivire, Shadow Sceptile, Zekrom, and Mega Venusaur. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering, is this actually an issue? Because is Tatsuigiri good in Pokemon GO? And of course, if you're not a collector and just care about meta, let's talk about it. Well, Tatsuigiri is going to be a water and dragon type Pokemon. And again, all 3 forms are going to have the same stats, with an attack of 226, defense of 166, and stamina/HP of 169, and a max CP level 50 of 3105. For fast moves, it can learn Takedown and Water Gun, and for charge moves, Surf, Muddy Water, Hydro Pump, and Outrage. Now, as far as raids go, Tatsuigiri, unfortunately, not going to be very good. It's ranked 44 as a water type attacker with Water Gun and Hydro Pump, so not very good. It also doesn't have a Dragon Fast move, and even with a Dragon Fast move, it will not be a top Dragon type attacker because we have things like Mega Rayquaza or Origin Form Palkia. As far as PvP goes, Tatsuigiri does have a pretty solid type combination, similar to Palkia, which does great in the Master League. However, its moveset is pretty limited to the water typing, with the moveset of Water Gun, Surf, and Muddy Water gets destroyed in the Great League, only beating 3 of the meta mons. In the Ultra League, a little better, 9 wins, 39 losses though. With a moveset, I could definitely see this Pokemon becoming good in PvP, but right now, it just doesn't have any coverage at all. More of a dex filler Pokemon, but again, you need to remote raid it to get all 3 forms. Now, luckily, Tatsuigiri is not the only thing going down. What are the best spawns we should be catching? And there's a lot of good water spawns. Starting with Squirtle, which evolves into Blastoise, being ranked 82 in the Great League and 41 in the Ultra League. Also, any Squirtle candy and XL candy you use, you can power up with your Gigantamax Blastoises you might have. Krabby spawned in the wild, which evolves into Kingler. Kingler with Bubble and Crab Hammer is the number 15 water type attacker. Also, any Krabby candy and XL candies, you can power up your Gigantamax Kinglers you might have. Staryu's appearing in the wild, which does get you 750 Stardust every time you catch it, being a boosted Stardust Pokemon. Additionally, if Staryu is in Field Research Task, which I will link in the pinned comments, the Field Research Task when the event does start, the Steel and Scales event coming later this month has the bonus of 4 times catch Stardust. So if you stack your Staryus, you could be getting 3,000 Stardust per Staryu you catch if you run from the Field Research Task encounters for Staryu. Even more on a Starpiece. Magikarp's appearing in the wild, which evolves into Gyarados. Gyarados is ranked number 51 in the Master League, and Mega Gyarados is the number 5 water type attacker in Pokemon Go with Waterfall and Hydro Pump, and number 9 dark type attacker in Pokemon Go with Bite and Crunch. Meryl's appearing in the wild, which evolves into Azumarill. Azumarill is still ranked 50 in the Great League, one of the most consistent Great League Pokemon across the board. Barboach is appearing, which evolves into Wishcash. Wishcash is ranked 98 in the Great League. Wimpod's appearing in the wild, which evolves into Galissapod. Galissapod is ranked 13 in the Great League and 12 in the Ultra League, so a lot of good PvP Pokemon appearing. Phoebus is also spawning in the wild. Phoebus is a shiny boosted Pokemon. Lantern is also straight up appearing in the wild, which is ranked 131 in the Great League, and it is a stage 1 Pokemon, meaning it gets you 500 Stardust every time you catch it, and more candy as well. Now, as far as the raids to go after, we do have Shelder in the 1-star raids. This Pokemon isn't great, but it does get you 1,000 Stardust per catch, which is nice if you want to grind a bit of Stardust and have a free pass to use. Gyarados is in the raids as well, which the same thing as Magikarp. It is very, very good to catch. And on top of that, it does get you more candy and XL candy when you do catch it, since a Gyarados is a stage 2 Pokemon, and more Stardust as well. Lapras wearing a scarf is also appearing in the raids, which is a top ranking PvP Pokemon, being ranked 4 in the Great League and number 2 in the Ultra League. Also a good opportunity to grind candies and XL candies for Lapras to power up your Gigantamax Laprases, which is a good Pokemon. Also, it is coming back during the weekend Max Battle Day event coming during this event. Another tips video on that. It also says the scarf, so you could say it's rare. Terrakion also is in the 5-star raids, which Terrakion is ranked number 4 as a fighting type attacker in Pokemon Go with Double Kick and Sacred Sword, and can be used as a rock type, being ranked 14 with Smackdown and Rock Slide. By the way, if you cannot raid for Terrakion, remember, if you are ranked 20 or higher in the Go Battle League, you can get encounters with Terrakion or whatever the current legendary raid is, and it'll have the same IV floor. So if you want to hunt Terrakions through the Go Battle League, that's an opportunity. Now, a lot of great spawns during this event, a lot of good ones for PvP that you might need XL candies for. So here are the best candy tips to follow and grind during the event. Number 1, use Pineaps and Silver Pineaps during the event, especially on things like Wimpod and Magikarp, which take 400 candies to evolve. Pineaps will multiply your catch candy by 2 and Silvers by 2.34, as well as making it easier to catch that Pokemon. Also, Mega Evolve a Pokemon during this event. When you Mega Evolve a Pokemon, any Pokemon you catch with the same type, you'll get more candy, XP, and XL candy for catching Pokemon of that type, specifically if that Pokemon Mega level is high or max. This event is a water-focused event, so Mega Evolve either a Mega Blastoise, Mega Slowpoke, Mega Gyarados, Mega Swampert, or Primal Kyogre. I'd go with the Kyogre though, because it hits 3 typings. Trading away a Pokemon is also a good way to grind candies. Every time you trade away a Pokemon, you'll get 1 candy. If the distance is between 10 and 100 kilometers where those Pokemon were caught, you'll get 2 candies and a 25% chance of an XL candy. And if it's greater than 100 kilometers, you'll get 3 candies and a guaranteed XL candy. So if you go play this event in another city, or your friend does, making those distance trades or even trading with Pokemon that were hatched from 7-kilometer eggs is a great way to grind candies. And even if not, trade away Pokemon, because the IVs change when you trade a Pokemon, meaning they could re-roll and you could get a 100% IV of a Pokemon you might want during this event. Also, remember to station Pokemon at power spots after you defeat a max battle. If you station a Pokemon at power spot, it'll give the next people an attacking bonus, but also every time somebody takes down that power spot, you will go ahead and get a candy up to 5 for a Pokemon. So dropping rare Gigantamax Pokemon, Dynamax legendaries into power spots is great. Do also remember to save your Pokemon until July 22nd, 6 to 7 p.m. is Jigglypuff Spotlight Hour with a bonus of 2 times transfer candy. So holding onto your Pokemon until then, transfer them then will get you 2 candies instead of 1. And remember during the event to practice your catch accuracy. Every time you hit a nice throw or better, you will be getting more candy. So hitting excellent throws during the event will get you 6 candies. That's doubled on a Pineapple Berry, 12 candies, for example, catching a single Magikarp. So if you really want to grind candies, also good for Tatsuigiri and Terrakion, for example, make sure you land those great, excellent, or nice throws. The better throw, the more candy. Now you need 35 Platinum Medals, go from level 48 to 49 in Pokemon Go. Which ones can we work on during this event? I always got to mention it, the type medal, specifically the Swimmer medal, catch 2,500 water types. If you haven't finished this medal, work on it during this event. Now, if there's any raid bosses you've never raided before, at least once, use a free pass on them to work on your Rising Star medal, defeat 150 species of Pokemon in raids. For example, do a Tatsuigiri raid, it'll get you a point towards this. Also, if you're going to raid with a friend, you can work on your Rising Star Duo medal. And same thing goes with the Battle Legend medal if you're going to do Terrakion raids, and the Champion medal if you're going to do Tatsuigiri raids. Now, there is field research for Mega Energy. So if you have have too much Mega Energy than what to do with, it could be a good strategy to use it and Mega Evolve 2 of the same Pokemon back and forth. For example, a Blastoise. This will work on your successor medal, Mega Evolve a Pokemon 1,000 times. If you're never going to use that Mega Energy, you might as well use it towards completing a medal. Now, Magikarp is appearing during this event, so you can work on your big Magikarp medal during this event. Specifically, any Magikarp that is 13.13 kilograms or more is considered a big Magikarp. For example, this one weighs 16 kilograms. So this is a big Magikarp, and make sure you catch as many Magikarps as you can to work on that medal. Remember, if you do catch a big Magikarp, you can actually receive it from trade, so you and your friend could mirror trade a couple of them, and those will also count as points towards the medal. Finally, as always, work on your Showcase Star medal. Win 100 Pokestop showcases during this event. Drop into showcases, try your best to win them. Again, the rural showcases where there's less people will be better to win. And there's also a bunch of mini events going down during this one that you can check in to work on your community member medal, where you can check in at community ambassador meetups on 100 different days. More on that in a bit. Now, remember to go into your advanced section and download all assets. This will download all the assets to your phone, so your phone is not pulling them off the internet for a much smoother gameplay experience. While you're in there, also activate native refresh rate. You'll be using your phone's native refresh rate, making for a smoother gameplay experience. During this event as well, if you're going to be spawn hunting, activate Palkia's Spatial Rend Adventure Effect, which will boost your spawn distance from 40 to 80 meters. Good adventure effect if you want to increase your odds to find high IV Pokemon or shinies, because the more Pokemon you see, the more you catch, the more resources you'll get, but also the more checks you'll get. If you're going to be raiding during the event, I would recommend activating Ice Burn Adventure Effect from White Kyurem, which will give you a 1.5 times catch multiplier, especially useful on things like raid hour or raid days, but it's going to make it easier to catch the legendary Pokemon. Good for Tracheon. Now remember, Phoebus Spotlight Hour July 15th, 6 to 7 p.m. is going to be going down, so if you want a better opportunity to get shiny Phoebus, which is boosted, that will be a great event to play. It does come with a bonus of 2 times catch candy, so if you want to grind even more Phoebus candy, you can, because that's also going to stack with the other bonuses going down during the event. Then raid hour July 16th, 6 to 7 p.m. for Tracheon. Remember to activate Adventure Effect. Now during the event, remember to activate Rainy Lure modules, because they are going to be lasting 2 hours. So if you want to evolve a Pokemon like Sliggoo into Goodra, looking for Rainy Lures during the event is probably not going to be too hard. But on top of that, these Rainy Lures will pull in more of the water spawns appearing in the wild. Now here's a couple evolutions you can make during the event. Starting with Galarian Farfetch into Surfetch, you need to make it your buddy and land 10 excellent throws. Pokemon like Dynamax Wailmer, Slowpoke, Buizel have easy excellent throws during the event. Kubfu into Rapid Strike Urshifu, you need to make it your buddy and defeat 30 water type raids or max battle bosses. This is a water focused event, so of course you can do Tatsuigiri raids, Wailmer Dynamax battles to make the Kubfu evolution. You could also do this during Gigantamax Lapras Max Battle Day. Hisuian Quillfish and Galarian Yamask, you need to win 10 raids with it as your buddy, so if you want to make evolutions into Overquill and Runerigus, you can obviously win a bunch of raids during the event. Now remember to attend official community ambassador meetups. If you go on Campfire, you sort by meetups and you find one hosted by a community ambassador. If you attend that meetup, check into that meetup, you can get some free items depending on the event. For Spotlight Hour on July 15th for Phoebus, that timed research, you will get a free super incubator from the timed research. Raid Hour on July 16th, you will get a free premium raid pass. Gigantamax Max Battle Day on July 19th, you'll get 800 free max particles. And Quaxley Community on July 20th, you'll get 1 incense, 1 star piece, and a lure module for free for checking in on those meetups. On top of that, if you check into a meetup and you join a party with other friends, you will get 25% less egg incubator distance on any eggs you incubate while you're at that meetup. This can be comboed really well with sharing items via party play. If you don't know, when you are in a party and you share items, you're going to get more value out of those items. If I share 1 lucky egg with everybody in my party, everyone's going to get 15 minutes, which if I were to use on myself, I only get 30 minutes. So what you and some friends can do is if everybody activates 4 lucky eggs and 4 star pieces, everyone's going to get 4 hours of lucky egg and 4 hours of star piece, which would be more than if you used it on yourself. So if you're going to be doing a big grind during this event or whatever event or during raid hour, remember to share items. It's a better way to play. Now watch the other 2 videos on screen. If you enjoyed this one, stay tuned for tips and tricks for Lapras Max Battle Day and Quaxley Calm Day. We'll catch you all next one. Fall for tips. Peace.